First place we're going to is in the state of Michigan. This team has made a lot of progress within the last few years. They have some of the most famous players that we can name to have never won a Super Bowl ring, like Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson. They've had, we can at least name someone in there that has played for this team that has never won, Matthew Stafford, even though now he plays for the Los Angeles Rams and he actually has a ring. But he's also one of those players that have won there. They have Amon-Ra St. Brown there now, along with Jared Goff, Jameer Gibbs, David Montgomery, Sam Laporta. This team made a lot of promise and got all the way to the NFC Championship game this year. If you don't have a clue what I'm talking about right now, I'm talking about none other than the Detroit Lions. Yes, the Detroit Lions are in the doghouse. The reason why they're in the doghouse is because they had a 24-7 lead at halftime. On the road against San Francisco, which is the number one team in the NFC. You had an opportunity to upset the best team in the NFC, and you choked it. You choked it away. You had two fourth down plays that you could have converted, and one was a drop, the other one was an incomplete pass. Then you had a third and 10 that could have gotten completed, but he dropped it. Then you were taking bad sacks, even though you were converting to third downs. And then instead of taking the points, like I said, your head coach, Dan Campbell, just kept going for it on fourth down. You had an opportunity to get somewhere where you've never been, and that's the Super Bowl. That's what every team in the NFL plays for. At least that's what I would want to believe. Every team should be able to be fighting for. They should be able to fight for the opportunity to get there. Now, my thoughts are we won the game. I'm a Niners fan, so I more so feel like we did what we were supposed to do to win that game. Our defense played a lot better. We scored 27 unanswered points in that game. And then they, of course, um, went and scored. And got the almost like a last minute touchdown. I won't say garbage time because they still had opportunity to win the game if they recovered the onside kick. But we all know that didn't happen. Brock Purdy made plays in that game to be able to lead us to victory after being down 17 points in the first half. First time that's ever happened in a championship game, in a conference championship game. So something that's and now first time the Kyle Shanahan coach quarterback actually won a game in that situation. So I'm giving credit to us, but you still got to look at the other side and say that the Lions had an opportunity to win this game and they just didn't do everything they needed to do to win. Detroit seems to be just doing Detroit things and just not winning. This is probably the winningest Detroit team in history. And they win and won their division, but all of that is good. And when you have a head coach like Dan Campbell, you will want to do whatever you can to win. But there were a lot of decisions that made that caused them to lose that game. And it's not like it was dumb penalties because it wasn't that. It was just some of the plays made just weren't good. Some of the plays just weren't good. So it's not smart. Not smart. Not smart at all. Not smart at all. So Detroit Lions, you have an opportunity. I'll say you have an opportunity in the draft to see exactly how you can improve to get better next season. I think Dan Campbell just needs to make better decisions and not always go forward on fourth down. I'm not saying that he should never do it, but I think there are times where he should be smart and just go ahead and take the points at times. Because when you take the points, you get an opportunity to play in the very next time. But this is just what happens at times, and sometimes it's just unfortunate that your team comes up in the losing end because bad decisions, bad plays, bad things not happening on the offense, drop passes, and not converting when you need to, not getting the onside kick. So all of these things play into it. And Detroit Lions are now home, just like every other team in the NFC and the AFC. Now they're home watching the Super Bowl instead of actually being there, instead of punching their ticket to be there, to play there, and have an opportunity to win your first ever Super Bowl championship. So Detroit Lions, you get the call that everybody else gets when they get put in the doghouse. So Detroit Lions, welcome to the doghouse. My guy, you in the doghouse. That is the very first one. Very first new member added to the doghouse is Detroit Lions. Like I said, you got time to get better.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.